Shalom. Kahaloyamla Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachal Kodash. Baka Yahweh, Baka Yahweh Shai, Baka Rachal Kodash, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachal Kodash. Salaki. Shalom and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elder bishops and the elders in the Akim and the Aquat of the hopeful elect. Shalom. I just want to go into something real quick. Just light this incense real quick. 1 second. Just I want to go into something real quick. I was reading Psalms 5 and Spirit jumped on me to go ahead and get some precepts together with the verses. Go ahead and share with the hopeful elect. Lord willing, this video is edifying. So we'll go ahead and get right into it. Just want to do something real quick in the spirit before I have to go ahead and get out of here. But that can wait for now. So we'll start here in verse 1. Psalms chapter 5 and verse 1. Give ear to my words, O Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, consider my meditation. And what meditation is that? For that King David, which is symbolic of the 1/3 house of David, which is the 1/3 elect remnant body, the remnant 1/3 body of Yahweh Shai, the elect that would be blessed with that salvation. So Psalms 1 and 2. But his delight is in the law of the Lord Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, and in his law doeth he meditate day and night. So we have to have our conversation in heaven at first, for your words are thoughts first. So the thoughts of your mind, your meditation of your mind, the words of the Most High, and then let those be, that which you meditate upon. And the Most High will know that. That's why the elect will be found blameless when he sends Yahweh Shai to return for that judgment upon the earth and the salvation for the elect, because their thoughts is pure, because it's the words of the Most High, and the Most High's words are pure, right? So Psalms 12, I think it is, and 6. Psalm 12 and 6. The words of the Lord Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai are pure words, as silver tried in the furnace of earth, purified 7 times. And that word 7 just means completion. It could be 1,000,000 times over and over, but that 7 just means complete, never ending. So, because the Most High is infinitely righteous, so we know infinity has no end. So the words of the Most High are pure words, right? So when our meditation are the Lord's words, then that means our mind and our spirit, that purifies our spirit and our mind and our soul. And that's why the elect will be found blameless in these last days. That's why they'll be found blameless in that day of salvation. Salaki, give me 1 second. Salaki, that song was getting a little crazy. But right here, the words of the Most High is pure, infinitely pure. So when your meditation is upon the words, which are his commandments, right? Then guess what? Your mind, spirit, and soul gets purified, because if you're meditating upon purity, the purity of the pure words and the commandments of the Most High, if you're meditating upon that, then you're meditating. Salaki, I'm getting excited. When you're meditating upon that day and night, then that's the everlasting waters washing you, keeping you clean. And then your words are going to be clean. That's going to make your conversation be what? In heaven. And then people are going to see that. And then through your faith, you're going to see that you will show your deeds. You will show your faith by your works of rehearsing the righteous acts of the commandments. So you see how it all comes together. Purify your mind, spirit, and soul, and then purify your footsteps and walk down that straight and narrow path of the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. So from there, we was at Psalms chapter 5, and now we'll go to verse 2. Hearken unto the voice of my cry, my King, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and my power, for unto thee will I pray. So David, is asking the Most High to hear his prayer, and he has faith that the Most High will hear his prayer, because he does the things necessary to have his prayers heard, because the Most High, contrary to wicked Christianity belief, they say that all men are going to be saved. The Most High, he hates the sin and not the sinner, and they thinking that their prayers are heard, but that's not the case. If you're not doing, you have to do something worthy of being received by the Most High. He's not going to receive a filthy, abominable vessel. John 9:31. Now we know that Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai heareth not sinners. But if any man be a worshipper of Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai, and doeth his will, his commandments, him he heareth. The will of the Most High is not wickedness, it's righteousness, and we know righteousness is of the law. Romans 10:5. For Moses describeth the righteousness which is of the law, that the man which doeth those things shall live by them. So the righteousness is of the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments, and we meditate upon that day and night, and his words are pure, or infinitely pure, and that's purifying our spirits and the mind and soul, and our words are going to be pure because our conversation will be in heaven, where the Most High words come from. See how, it all come together, and these are different precepts that came together, and that's why it says precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. You can read the Bible like a novel to get to certain stories of the history of the Israelites, the wars, and the traveling through the wilderness, and into the land of milk and honey, the promised land. That's cool, but to get the full mysteries and breakdowns of the dark sayings, you gotta go here, you gotta go from the Old Testament, New Testament, and piece it all together. Get the puzzle pieces to really get the full, clear view of it. The plain things, everyone can read the histories, and read the law, and that's plain. But then the dark sayings, you have to be able to piece it together from Revelation to Genesis. And that was in Isaiah 28 and verse 8, I think, on down, precept upon precept. Because Christianity, they read it like a novel, and they don't understand the true essence of what the Holy Scriptures are saying. So now we'll go back to Psalms 5 and verse 3. My voice shalt thou hear in the morning. It's lucky. Okay. My voice shalt thou hear in the morning, O Lord Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. In the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee, and will look up. So that ultimately that morning is going to be that the bright morning star, Revelation 22:16, Yahweh Shai returning and looking up. Why? Because that's where the salvation is going to come from above, and the chariots descending with Yahushua, the Messiah, being in the chief fathership, returning to beam up the elect. And we can only, and those that have their prayers heard, we just read in John 9:31 that the Most High, He doesn't hear the prayers of sinners. Them that do the will of the Most High, those who are going to have their prayers heard and be pure and be found with no guile and be found blameless in the book of life. Revelation 5 and 8. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of the saints. So the only saints, all Israel were the saints. We were sanctified by the covenant and the laws of the Most High and His commandments and statutes, right? But the Israel, the true worshipers, are the 1/3 elect right now in these last days. So those are the prayers of the saints. It's a sweet savor, because that's the sacrifice of our lips, praying to the Most High, blessing His name, and praying to the Most High. That's that sacrifice of our lips, and then also restraining from the old man conversation, the nigger that we were, the wicked niggas that we were behaving, because niggas is a creation of Esau Edom, the so-called white man, since integration and feminism, and these wicked women, these witches, substitute the letter W for a B. That's what these women are, because that's what they call themselves, boss bitches, because that's what they've become. The niggas and bitches are creations of Esau Edom. from since integration and the feminist movement. We were better off when we were in captivity, on the plantation, the slavery plantation. Because why? We're picking the cotton stuff because we knew who we were and we knew who we were unified and we wasn't divided, like Esau has done now with dividing us from our women. Our women foolishly are loving their master now, making they're happy to be bed wenches. So yeah, it'd be a whole nother topic, but that's a whole nother video. But we get back to Psalms chapter 5 and verse 4. For thou art not a power that hath pleasure in wickedness. So when you're dwelling in sin and your conversation is in hell saying that the laws are done away with, the Most High has no pleasure in that. And you're faithless. Your works are faithless because faith in the commandments go hand in hand. If you're faithless, you're not going to keep the commandments because you don't have faith the Most High is going to save you. And they're insincere and they're lost that say otherwise. Neither shall evil dwell with thee. And why is that? Let's see. Yeah, the Most High has no pleasure in wickedness. Psalm 7 and 11. Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. So wickedness is sin. So he hates the sinner, and he hates the sin, and he has no pleasure in it. Psalms chapter 5 and verse 5. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. So, let's see what verse. This one that popped into my head. I'm trying to think. Let's see. Yeah, Job 30 and 8. The foolish shall not stand in the Most High's sight. So Job 30 and 8. They were children of fools. Yeah, children of base men. What's the base? That's the bottom. So and the fools. This is parabolically. It's a dark saying speaking about Esau, Edom, the Edomites, the so-called white race. They're children of fools. Yeah, children of base men. They were viler than the earth, so they're the most vile people on the earth. They're at the base of all man. They're at the lowest level. They're the only nation that doesn't have melanin. That's one of the ways to, link that together. So that's going into Esau, Edom. And the Most High, he will not deal with wickedness, and the foolish will not stand in his sight. So we go to Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 13. Thou art of purer eyes than to behold evil, and canst not look on iniquity. Wherefore lookest thou upon them that deal treacherously, and holdest thy tongue when the wicked devoureth a man that is more righteous than he. So we know the chief wicked is so-called white race. So this ultimately speaks on him because he's the chief wicked, and we know the wages of sin is death. So anyone partaking in the wickedness that he partakes in, you should have the spiritual discernment to understand that his end will not be good. And the Most High is too pure to behold the evil and the wicked, and he is the wicked of the earth. And he's the foolish, and he will not stand. Verse 5 again, the foolish shall not stand in thy sight, because the Most High will not behold it. And thou hatest all workers of iniquity. So that tells you right there that the Most High hates the sin and the sinner. He won't behold the sin, and he won't behold that the wickedness and that iniquity. And the foolish and the wicked, they will not stand in the Most High sight, because he doesn't behold it, and they will be removed from the earth. Going back to Psalms 5 and verse 6. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing, and that word leasing goes into lies and falsehoods and deceit. H35 and 7 for the word leasing, kazab, a lie, untruth, falsehood, deceptive thing. And we know that the deceitful person of the earth that tells nothing but lies through what the media And everything he does, we know that he's lying. That's the phrase. We know that he's lying because he's moving his lips. The so-called white man. Because this whole country was built off of deceit, lies, destruction, murder, slaughter, enslavement, and they have to layer it up. They have to layer on, heavily lay on the lies and deceit and the falsehoods to keep everyone under a spell of lies, because that's that wine of the whore, the fornication of the wine of the fornication of the whore, and then now all the nations are mad, and it's sad because most of our people, they don't even understand, but the heathen are waking up to it, and most of our people still, having their head in the sand, wanting to believe that their master is good and they can be saved and he's okay. It's just pure madness. Revelation 6, again, Psalms 5 and verse 6. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. That's those falsehoods. The Lord Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, will abhor the bloody and deceitful man. Everyone wants to defend the bloody and deceitful man of the earth, which is the so-called white man. But the Most High, he abhors him. So what did King David say? Don't I hate them that hate thee? He was talking to the Most High. He was telling the Most High, like, in humbleness, I hate them that hate thee, Lord. So, who the Most High hates, we hate, and who the Most High abhor, we should abhor, if we know what's good for us, because people can't serve two masters. You can only serve the Most High. You can't serve the Most High and Mammon. And who's the king of Mammon? The Federal Reserve Bank, owned by the so-called white man. So them that speak leasing and they destroying the earth. So I kept saying Revelation because that was my precept. Revelation 11 and 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come. See the nations, they angry, but most of our people, most so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native American Indians, are so-called, they're the lost 12 tribes of Israel. They're not. Most of them are not angry. But Ecclesiastes 7 and 7 says what? Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. And their hearts were destroyed. So Esau has destroyed the hearts of most of our people, and he's destroyed the whole earth. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets. And the prophets is symbolic too of the 1/3, but the prophets are at the forefront of that, because they're going to be a part of that 144,000 government with Yahushua, and to the saints, and that's the 1/3 elect. That's the rest of the men, women, and children that believes, are the rest of the 1/3, the citizens that will be blessed with their salvation too. And them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them. And that small and great going from the 144,000 government of the elect all the way down to the, the least child, of the 1/3 elect. Small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. So once the Israelites receive that salvation, nations receive their judgment, and the Most High is going to destroy the wicked, which is the sons of the wicked, which is the so-called white race, the Esau Edomites. The Edomites, the sons of Esau. Okay, Psalms chapter 5, and now going to verse 7. But as for me, I will come into thy house. And we know the Messiah said, in my Father's house are many mansions, right? That's the elect. But as for me, I will come into thy house in the multitude of thy mercy. The Most High's mercies are infinite unto the elect, and ultimately all Israel, because they'll come back into the kingdom through the loins of the 1/3 in the kingdom of heaven. It's going to be a lot of children being born in the kingdom of heaven, and that's the 2/3 coming back, that way after they receive that judgment on this side first. And in thy fear will I worship toward thy holy temple. So it's going to be infinite peace, righteousness, worshiping the Most High. It's just going to be beautiful. And happiness is going to thrive and be well again for eternity. And not this terrible, downtrodden, oppressive oppression from the Satan I'm throwing serpent and Satan together. Satan, the serpent from the garden, the spirit of the serpent is in the so-called white man today. So from there we get the precept Psalms 24 and verse 3. Who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, and that's going to salvation. Or who shall stand in his holy place? And then when we ascend, go up into the chariots, be delivered. Lord willing, we're at that number, right? And then we come back down, New Jerusalem, that new holy city. That's the people first. The city, Jerusalem is a people first before it's a nation, before the land, right? So wherever we're at, that's Jerusalem, that's Israel, we're the Israelites. And so that's the salvation. We go and get set back into our holy land and the land that flow with milk and honey, right? And then, that's that worshiping in the temple of the Most High, for eternity that David was speaking about. Or who shall stand in his holy place? We know it's not going to be the wicked because we just read that wickedness and iniquity will not stand. The foolish will not stand in the Most High sight. Or who shall stand in his holy place? Verse 4. He that hath clean hands and a pure heart. And we just read that too. What's how you make your mind, and then where heart goes into mind. Let's just get that real quick in case anyone didn't hear that before. Heart H3822. H3824. Labab. What is Laab? So it's going to inner man, mind, will, heart, soul, understanding. So that's going to your mind. It says, let's see, verse 4, he that hath clean hands and a pure mind, the meditation of the Most High's words, and the Most High's words are pure, tried in the furnace, 7 times, infinitely pure words. So that's who's going to enter into the kingdom, into the holy temple of the Most High, who hath not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully. So we know this nation is all about vanity, all about that which is vain, which is empty. That's why they have a thing called a vanity mirror, especially for those women. They have the little station, the mirror, they have the little desk, and they have a little chair they sit down at, and the lights bordering that mirror. Vanity, everything is about vanity, right? Me, and want to be seen, So, and that's the microcosm of this society with the social media, me. Nor sworn deceitfully, because we know the pilgrims made, the Edomites, they made those peace treaties with the Native American Indians, and they broke them all, right? That was a deceitful swear, that a deceitful oath that they made with the natives, the Northern Kingdom, the lost 10 tribes. Verse 5, he shall receive the blessing from the Lord Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, and righteousness from the power of his salvation. He shall receive the blessing from the Lord Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, and righteousness from the power of his salvation. So that's going into the elect, that's going to purify themselves in the words of the Most High, having a faith in Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, in the name of Yahweh Shai. That's all it's going into. Okay, Psalms chapter 5 and verse 8. Lead me, O Lord Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, in thy righteousness because of mine enemies. Make thy way straight before my face, and that's that straight and narrow path. And speak plain upon the people, speak plain unto the people. And then also write it plain upon tables, so that he that readeth may run. That straight and narrow, keep it simple so that they can hurry up, and because we're making haste in these last days. It's not about complexity but simplicity, so that everyone that hears the words know exactly what's going on and what to do. Them that the Most High will quicken, because whom he will quicken, because it's the Spirit that quickeneth and awaken and activates the elect. And then they'll be able to read it and run down the straight and narrow path and run into the tower of the Most High. And we'll get what that is here in a minute. Um, Psalms 8. Lead me, O Lord Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, in thy righteousness because of mine enemies. So Christianity believes that we don't have enemies, but they're behind the 8 ball and will be destroyed because of their lack of understanding. Make thy way straight before my face. We're still in the land of our captivity, so we're in the land of our enemies, yet 2/3 Christianity people are screaming and getting angry and getting emotional, saying that we don't have enemies. It's pure madness and foolishness, and they will not stand, in the sight of the Most High in that day. We're going to be driven away like the chaff in the wind, and that wind is thermonuclear wind that's going to blow them away. Psalms 23 and verse 1, the Lord Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai is my shepherd, I shall not want. And what does a shepherd do? Guide. So the Most High is going to guide us down that path, through his right arm, who is Yahweh Shai, our head, and we follow him with us. We follow the Lamb Yahweh Shai whithersoever he goeth. And we know that he only went down the path of the commandments of the Most High, the ways of the Most High. Verse 2, he maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. And those are the everlasting words of the Most High. Verse 3, he restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. And we read what righteousness is, his laws, statutes, and commandments. And our soul is restored. This is a very dark saying about us being in captivity here in Babylon the Great, us losing our identity. Jeremiah 17 and 4 or verse 9, that we will be discontinued from our heritage. And that happened over here in slavery. And that's the only time in history, of our history, of the Israelites, that we lost our identity. We always knew who we were. So why would we need to have our soul restored? Well, one, when you go into captivity, that kills your spirit. But on an even deeper level, we lost our identity, the valley of dry bones. And now we're being led by the still waters again, which is his commandments and coming back into the truth. And that restores our soul. And that's us awakening, standing back on our feet. Ezekiel 37, valley of dry bones, and Revelation chapter 11 is the continuation of that. So, verse 3, he restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. And that's the elect. So that's how, that's what's going down right now. So we were on verse 8. So lead me, O Lord Yahweh, in thy righteousness because of mine enemies. See, because we're going to awaken, and then the Most High is going to lead us again through his son, Yahweh Shai, and our enemies. Psalms 83, 3-5, the United Nations made a confederacy against us, and they formed a pact to keep us in subjection and under the spell of lies, the leasing, the falsehoods. Make thy way straight before my face. And now our way is straight again because the Most High had mercy and now awakening, and has awakened us back to the truth. Verse 9, for there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. That's our enemies. Even the 2/3. Even the 2/3 Israelites. Their throat is an open sepulcher, meaning a grave. They flatter with their tongue because I said earlier, their conversation is in hell. But our conversation is in heaven. So our throat is an open, our throat is, I was going to try to make the analogy, but, our throat is, and words that what comes out of our throat is heavenly words. And what comes out of their throat is death. Because that's where, our words come out. They flatter with their tongue. So flattery is next to wickedness, because that's how you lull someone to sleep, speaking those smooth things, flattering smooth things. And we know his words is smoother than oil, but war is in his heart. Smoother than butter, softer than oil. I think that's how it goes. Psalms 55, 20-21. So there's no faithfulness in their mouth, and their actions show that. They're faithless and they're blasphemous. Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, Yahweh said, and that's going into the so-called white race, and also the wicked 2/3. What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Well, we know, chiefly that's the so-called white man, because he and the heathen, because they were not given the covenant, only the Israelites. Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee. So that's Esau, Edom, because they swear in on the Bible, and then never know they might go and throw the Bible. They might blasphemously just flip the Bible behind them. Like there was a picture with Trump. There's an infamous picture with Donald Trump holding the Bible, and then that's an abomination, seeing that devil with the Bible in his hand, and he possibly could have just went ahead and flipped it and cast it behind him, in his pride and his arrogance and hate for the words of the Most High, because he's the very antithesis of the Holy Scriptures, meaning the opposite. Now we'll go back to Psalms 5 and let's see, we'll go to verse 10. Destroy thou them, O Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, let them fall by their own counsels. Cast them out in the multitude of their transgressions, for they have rebelled against thee. So we know that's going to, the wicked Israelites that rebels against the Most High. So because these scriptures are the Most High, everything is concise, meaning condensed, but you can break it down, and there's so much there. There's so many levels to it. So destroy them, O Yahweh, let them fall by their own counsels. And we know the Edomites, they create their own precepts, and to their Israelites, especially Christianity people, they do what? Create their own precepts, the precepts of men, and not the Most High. So the Most High is going to cast them out. And this is what they do here. This is the wicked, chiefly Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. But ye are forgers of lies, meaning they just form and make their own lies. And even the wicked, like the Chinese, reports that they're saying that they're going to rewrite the Bible. It's going to fit what they want to hear. Because they know that, why would these heathen be doing that? Because they know that the Bible condemns them. So they want to hear flattering words. They want to hear smooth things. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. So they that add and take away from the words of the Most High, they're going to be destroyed and have the plagues added unto them, written in the book therein. So ye are all physicians of no value. And we know that stuff that they force people to roll their sleeves up to get, that's a position of no value, but the opposite of value. Positions of deletion. Psalm 64 and verse 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So that's them. They blasphemously try to seek out all things. They try to go into the heavens, the height of the heavens, try to measure that. They try to measure the depths of the sea. They want to have the census of the people, know how many people is in the earth. And remember when spirit of Satan jumped on King David to number the people, and then Joab, his chief war general, he was like, nah, that's off. So he didn't number everybody. As my memory serves correct, he didn't number everybody in Israel. And then the Most High sent the death angel to start wiping out the people. And then the Most High stopped from that. But yeah, that's an evil thing, and that's what Esau does. So if the Most High did that then, he changed not. So how much more, just off that alone, he's going to destroy Esau for doing that, because that's trying to be like the Most High, and that's the ultimate blasphemy and profanity. Psalm 64 and 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. So Satan is divided against Satan, and they're falling because their own tongues, people, so-called white people, are calling out the so-called elites of the rulers in the government, exposing them for all their lies, and so their own tongues are falling upon themselves. So going back to Psalms chapter 5, in verse 11. But let all those that put their trust in thee rejoice. Let them ever shout for joy, because thou defendest them. Let them also that love thy name be joyful in thee. Zechariah 13, and Slakia 3 and 13. 3 and 13. Slakia. What? Maybe it was 13. Let me say Slakia. Oh, it's Zephaniah, Slakia. So Zephaniah 3 and 13. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, because they're speaking in their conversation is in heaven. Neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth, for that they will not be in their mouth will not be found guile, like the which is deceit, like Yahushua, was no guile in his tongue. For they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. See, that's the Most High land is beside the still waters. See Psalms, let's see 5 real quick, going back. Yeah, so let them also that love thy name be joyful in thee. So we joy in the Most High's name, rejoice in his name. Psalms 126 and verse 5. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. So we're going to reap in joy, the hopeful elect. The elect, and Lord willing, we're of that number. Verse 6. He that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seed. That's going to be the 2/3 ultimately coming back into the kingdom, in that day when we're back in the kingdom. And we're in the kingdom age of heaven for eternity. He that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seed, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him. So, the seed of the elect is going to be pure, because the 2/3 are going to be purified through the seed of the 1/3 in the kingdom. So they that reap they that sow in tears, because we're in the house of mourning right now. 2/3 of Israel, they're in the house of mirth, trying to enjoy Babylon, the sinking Titanic, and not thinking about the Most High. And they falsely prophesying those that think, that's of Christianity, and anyone not calling upon the names of Yahweh and Yahushua. Proverbs 18 and 10. The name of the Lord Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushua, is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. And that's that strong tower. The Most High, his name, in the name of Yahushua. So you're not in that tower, because what's an ancient old tower? That's protection against, a nation waging war against you, and you're protected in that strong tower. Well, now the spiritual strong tower, is the name of the Most High, speaking his name, in the spiritual defense, and we're going to receive that covering and protection in these last days, in the name of Yahushua. So Psalms 5 and 12. For thou, Lord Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushua, will bless the righteous. With favor wilt thou compass him as with a shield. Psalm 34 and verse 7. The angel of the Lord Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushua, encampeth around about them that fear him, and delivereth them. Psalms 1 and verse 1, verse 3. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. And that's going into Revelation 22, I think, the tree of life, and the waters water the trees, and the trees are going to be the elect, surrounding that water by that tree of life, ultimately being Yahushua, right? And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. And that's the 2/3 that's going to be purified through the 1/3 elect. His leaf also shall not wither. going to be forever green, meaning life in it, right? No more valley of dry bones. Thank the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. Verse 4. The ungodly are not so. That's the Christianity says what? The Most High loves the sinner. Well, that's the ungodly. So the ungodly are not so. They won't be planted, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. And that's a thermonuclear wind that's going to drive away the chaff. The chaff is a 2/3. And it's going to die with the good amount of heathen that's going to die as well. And the rest are going to be rounded up, and they're going to go into captivity to serve, what they've done unto us. Isaiah 14:1-2, Galatians 6-7, Revelations 13:9-10, and so forth and so on. Let's see, in verse 6, for the Lord Yahweh, oh no, I think that's it. Verse 5, therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment. So it's always saying that they will not stand, but people saying that the wicked will stand, but that's a lie. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous, because the congregation of the righteous is the 1/3 elect of the Israelites, and the heathen are not so, and the 2/3 are not so of the Israelites. Revelations 21:4, and Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. That's why it's better is the end of a thing than the beginning, because the end of this society of the wicked heathen age of rulership is going to be passed away, and the kingdom of heaven for eternity. And the Most High is going to clean us up for eternity and wipe away our tears, and we're going to be in forever infinite joy. And that's a beautiful thought to comfort our spirits to get us through these days of mourning in Babylon the Great. So I just wanted to go into something real quick. Lord willing, this video was edifying. The water to the Rachak Wadash Bahasham. Yahweh Shai for another video. To the next video, I say, Shalom.